Hi, it's me Heike, and this is the first of many stories to come. This one takes place in West Berlin. The wall was still up, so obviously we had two Berlins, East and West, and we had two Germanys, East and West Germany. Now let me clear something up right from the beginning. The Berlin Wall was never attached to the Great Wall of China, and Berlin didn't appear out of the mist like Brigadoon. If you don't know what Brigadoon is, well, you're on your own on that one. Now, like I said, the year was 1983. The United States had the bright idea of putting 120 Pershing missiles into Western Europe. The Pershing missile was a short-range missile with nuclear capabilities. I was on the opposition. I wanted nothing to do with it. I was one of the people who was actually demonstrating against the missiles being in my country. But to top it off, the United States and NATO also decided to hold maneuvers the same year. Now, the relationship between the United States and Russia was downright frosty. To say it was as cold as a winter's day in Minsk is lightly put. Now imagine what Russia did when they heard about those missiles all pointing their way. Well, they weren't pleased. And like I said, NATO decided to hold maneuvers the same year. DEFCON 1 maneuvers, codename Abel Archer. For 10 days, the maneuvers were on. Now, when you walk in Berlin, after you're done with your walk, people will tell you that you have passed at least 6 or 7 spies. Maybe 8, maybe 5, depending on the day. But the truth of the matter is, it's the absolute truth. Berlin was full of them. Now the Russian spies knew about Abel Archer. Well, you couldn't really miss it. I mean, whole NATO maneuvers going on. Well, and they promptly reported to Russia, oh, there's something going on. And Russia thought those aren't maneuvers. Russia thought that that was the real thing. Russia thought that, well, a preemptive strike against them was imminent. So they started maneuvering on their own. The Western spies reported that troops from Poland and East Germany were on red alert. They were ready to go. Oops. Did anybody stop the maneuvers? No. They continued as planned. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? A bomb or two? Well, Berlin was always the target, so you kind of lived with that. But just imagine that. Russia was willing to wipe out one of their best friends, East Germany. For what? For nothing. But luckily, cooler heads prevailed. The Russians did not hit the red button, which is a good thing. And NATO finished their DEFCON 1 maneuvers, which was also a good thing. And then of course they also continued putting all those missiles into my country and other countries. Oh well, I guess you have to live with that. But the point is, for 10 days, millions of people continued their lives like nothing happened, and nobody actually knew how close we came to a third world war. Boy, did we were surprised when we finally figured out what really happened. But it didn't take place until years later. I guess it was a good thing. Next time, I'm going to tell you about my adventure in Paris. So until then, keep your stick on the ice, and have a good day. Bye.